go even to the real life, no one will ever make you successful. That I can tell you. Even if you inherited billions on accounts by your parents, when you do not have the potential within yourself, that money will disappear in what? Oblivion. That's why you see in Africa, young people who are born from good families, when their parents die, they become what? Poor. And those who are born from poor families begin to what? To take over from them. Do you know that?
Yes.
Why? Because the young people were not nurtured. You cannot inherit wealth. You can inherit property, but you cannot inherit success. Do you know that? Success is earned. You have to work hard what? To have it. The word poverty originated from my home. Before me, there was no poverty. I come from the poorest ever community in the world. We used to sleep with pigs, goats in the same room. Some of you even have rooms, your rooms. That this is your bedroom. No, in our home, there was only one bedroom for over 18 children. But the same room was also a store for maize and also a place for chicken and other things. I knew which rats was bigger than the other. Because they grew and I'm seeing they are actually my roommates. That's the character. That's where I grew from. A very hard what? Background. But you have to fight. You have to fight for space. No one gives you what? Space. You fight for it. So when you fight for space, one of the things I have is that whenever I go anywhere, I would always ensure that I go late. Not that I'm a late comer, but I want it to be recognized that I've what? I've come. Well, in that university, I was doing education at the university, Makerere University. So in that conference, whatever halls, I would come late. Say everybody, oh, the man has come. And in a period of 1 week, everybody knew that I'm what? I'm there. Some of you are not known anymore. Do you know that? Yeah. Why? Because, and if you are not known, how will you be able to occupy space? The first thing is you must profile what? Yourself. I had deliberately chosen to always put on white shirts. I had 11 white shirts. All my shirts were what? White. Particularly so that I have a trademark. And even had a walking style so that people can know that I'm what? Yes. In life you create your own brand. We can choose to change our destiny when we deliberately begin to change ourselves. When you change yourself, everything what? Changes. So I want to share with you a few things. One is a story. You see, all people talk about stories. Once upon a time, a tortoise and a hare had an argument about who was what? Faster. One was saying, I'm the fastest what? Runner. Another was saying what? It's not true. It's me. They decided to settle the argument with the race. They agreed on a route and started off the what? The race. Fine. They started. The hare shot ahead and ran briskly for some time. Then seeing that he was far ahead of the tortoise, he thought he would sit under a tree for some time and what? Relax. Before continuing the what? The race. Poor guy, even if I take up a snap, he could not catch up with what? With me. He sat under the tree and soon fell what? Asleep. The tortoise plodding on overtook him and soon finished the what? The race, emerging as an indisputed what? Champion. The hare woke up and realized that he would have lost the what? The race. The moral lesson of the story is that as long as you're slow and steady, you can win what? The race. That is what we call consistency. You may not be so fast, but you can always be what? Consistent. Move. You move. This is the version of the story that you'll all grow up with. The story continues. The hare was disappointed at losing the race and he did some soul searching. He realized that he would have lost the race only because he had been overconfident. Sometimes we are overconfident. Careless and what? Lax. If he had not taken things for granted, there is no way the tortoise could have what? Beaten him. Why did I lose the race? At times I always keep asking myself the same questions. Why did I lose what? The race. All of us keep losing the what? The race. Simple things. Why are you losing the race academically? Why are you losing the race socially? Why are you losing the race? There's always simple what? Reasons. So I challenged the tortoise to another race. The tortoise agreed. Okay, can we have another race? This time the hare went all out and ran without what? Stopping. From start to what? To finish. He won the race by several what? Miles. Yeah, when you lose, I love boxing. But I'm not good in boxing. In boxing, there is one principle that I learned in it. You are only a loser when you accept to lose. Do you know that?
Yes.
Or wrestling. Have you seen war wrestling?
Yes.
They always bang. How many times? Even if they bang 10 times, when you don't say yes, they will still try what? Again. In wrestling, boxing, you are a loser when you say yes. But when you don't say yes, they will hit you. You will fight until what? You fight. So even in life, you can be a loser when you say what? Yes. Sometimes you have to press on. In my local language, there's a funny proverb. They say that when you insist on, you can eventually get a baby from a grown-up woman. You know, women have a period they call what? Men what? Yes. When you press on, you can still get a baby from her. Didn't you see what happened to Abraham? He didn't give up. How old was Sarah? Yes, the man kept pumping. Is it pumping? So, there's always a moral what? Lesson. Fast and consistent will always beat the what? The slow and what? And steady. So, I love that the Youth Corner begins to give young people a vision to live for. That this is what we stand for, no matter what. Anyone who lives for something will always succeed. Anyone who lives for nothing will never what? Succeed. The 27 young people lived for something. And indeed they achieved their mission. I don't say they are good or whatever, I'm sorry to say so, but I want us to focus on their mission. Their mission was power. Did they get power? Yes. Do they still have power? Yes. So if you are to learn from their example. If you can't live for anything, trust me, you are going nowhere. But the story also doesn't end there. What happened? The tortoise did some thinking. This time round, I realized that there is no way he can beat the hare in a race the way it was currently formatted. How can I win the race? He thought for a while and then challenged the hare to another race, but on a slightly different what? Route. The hare agreed. Can we have another race? This time we'll go through a mountain route. Sure. They started off in keeping with his self-made commitment to the consistently fast, and hare took off and ran at the top speed until he came to a broad river. The finishing line was a couple of kilometers on the other side of the what? The river. What happened? The hare sat there wondering what to do. In the meantime, the tortoise traveled along, got into the river, swam to the opposite bank, continued walking and finished the what? The race. The moral of lesson: first identify your core competence, and then change the playing what? Field to suit your core competence. Am I talking to somebody? All of us are gifted what? Differently. Even the people who are very short, you are the most privileged. Because you always pick things faster. Especially when on the ground. Are you sure? Yes. Am I talking sincere?
Yes.
A man was walking in the forest. Then he saw a tree that was too huge, but with very small berries as fruits. You know these fruits which are almost purple. That tree is very huge, but the fruits are what? Are small. Said God, you are not fair. How can we give such a huge tree small berries? Then he also saw a very short tree, but with big what? Berries. Said, dear God, you are not fair. A few meters as he was walking, a berry fell from up and hit his head. Then the small one. Said, God, you're fair. If it was this one, I would have died. God has a reason why he created you with what? Those competences. They are very what? Necessary.